It is a high-stakes battle for the 543 seats in the lower house of the parliament. The second phase of the polls is slated to take place on the 26th of April. As the BJP and the Congress are at loggerheads, yet another front in the war of words between these two parties has now emerged. While campaigning in Banswara in Rajasthan, Prime Minister Modi hit out at the vows made by the Grand Old Party in its manifesto. Prime Minister Modi has specifically mounted an attack at the Congress over their promise to conduct a wealth survey in the country. PM Modi has stated that the Congress is trapped in the clutches of leftists and communists, and what is mentioned in their manifesto is worrying to him. Additionally, the Prime Minister has further stated that the assets of every person would be redistributed if the Congress party comes to power, whether it is the gold owned by women or the money of government employees. Prime Minister Modi further said that while the Congress was in power earlier, they stated that Muslims have the first right on the country's assets. Let's quickly listen in to what the PM has said.
उन्होंने कहा है कि अगर कांग्रेस की सरकार बनेगी तो हर एक की प्रॉपर्टी का सर्वे किया जाएगा। हमारी बहनों के पास सोना कितना है उसकी जांच की जाएगी, उसका हिसाब लगाया जाएगा। हमारे आदिवासी परिवारों में चांदी होती है, सिल्वर कितना है उसका हिसाब लगाया जाएगा। सरकारी मुलाजिमों के पास कितना जगह है, क्या है, पैसे कहाँ है, नौकरी कहाँ है, उसकी जांच की जाएगी। इतना ही नहीं, आगे क्या कहा है, ये जो गोल्ड है बहनों का और जो संपत्ति है, ये सबको समान रूप से वितरित कर दी जाएगी। गोल्ड ले लेंगे, सबको वितरित कर देंगे। और पहले जब उनकी सरकार थी उन्होंने कहा था कि देश की संपत्ति पर पहला अधिकार मुसलमानों का है।
The Prime Minister's remarks have triggered a political slugfest. The Congress has fired back, with Party President Mallikarjun Kharge emphasizing that 25 guarantees have been made for everyone. Additionally, Congress General Secretary Jairam Ramesh has stated that the Prime Minister has brazenly lied and made derogatory statements to divert attention from real issues of the nation. This is not all. The Congress party has also moved the Election Commission of India against the remarks made by the Prime Minister. Senior lawyer and party leader Abhishek Manu Singhvi has urged Prime Minister Modi to withdraw these comments and issue a clarification on his statement. Let's quickly listen into what the Congress has said.
जिस तरह के अनर्गल बयान प्रधानमंत्री की तरफ से आ रहे हैं, पहले चरण के मतदान के बाद एक चीज बहुत साफ हो गई है कि भाजपा दक्षिण में साफ है और उत्तर में हाफ है। ये 150 नहीं पार करते।
बोलो आप कौन सा मुस्लिम लीग का है? अरे 25 गारंटी हमने जो दी सबके लिए दिए हैं, गरीब के लिए है, महिला के लिए है, युवाओं के लिए है, दलित के लिए है, सबके लिए हमने दिया है। और जो चीजें सबको मिलते हैं वो हर एक को मिलता है।
भारत के प्रधानमंत्री जी अपने पद की गरिमा भूलकर देश में जो बोल जाते हैं चुनाव के लिए, वो भारत के पूर्व प्रधानमंत्रियों का अपमान है, उस पद की गरिमा का अपमान है, संविधान का।
Okay, all right. Taking this conversation forward with me, Mukesh Tyagi of the BJP, Shyam Prasad Meka of the Congress, Piyush Pant, political analyst, and Joyita Basu, editor of the Sunday Guardian, also with us. Let me begin with Shyam Prasad Meka of the Congress. Mr. Meka, I want to understand, what is it that the Congress party meant or wanted to offer versus what do you feel has been now picked up by the BJP?
Okay, so there are two parts to your question. First of all, the preamble of the Constitution says equality of status and equality of opportunities. That is what Congress party is offering to implement. Okay. Second, what is BJP is picking up? It's as usual. BJP and Prime Minister Narendra Modi does their usual agenda of fear-mongering, hate-mongering, othering of people, and that's what they are good at. And that is the danger to the country. And Congress party is offering a solid proposal in front of the people. We are setting the agenda of this election, to which BJP is failing to answer either through its 10 years of achievements or its agenda for the next 5 years. ये लोग हवाई में बात करते हैं, 2014 बोलते हैं, नहीं तो 1947 में जाके नेहरू के बारे में बात करते हैं. ये लोग, they are completely bereft of any achievements or agenda, and Prime Minister continues his hate mongering and fear mongering. And we are not going to be diverted from our people's agenda. We will stick to our manifesto. We will set the agenda of this election, and people of this country will speak soon.
Okay, but Mr. Meka, at the same time, when the Congress leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, and I've heard these clips of him myself, where he says that we will first do a caste census, followed by a financial census. What does that mean? Caste census, obviously, I understand what that means, but I'm talking about the financial census and the wealth redistribution aspect. How does he plan on doing that?
Yeah. See, first of all, knowing the facts is the first step in solving a problem. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is proposing to conduct a caste census as well as a socio-economic survey of the state of the country. What is wrong in it? Any right-minded person would welcome that. Then we can target our programs and policies. What is wrong in it?
No, Mr. Meka, but when you say that we will redistribute the wealth of the country, what does that mean? People want to know.
Okay, redistribution of the wealth means the wealth of the country is its educational institutions, our educational opportunities. The wealth of the country is its land. The wealth of the country is in its opportunities that we are giving to our citizens.
Okay, because the last time I spoke on this topic, the Congress party spokesperson said that by wealth distribution, he means that there will be a reform in the tax system.
No, exactly. Wait.
No, but today you're saying it's about educational opportunities.
That is the wealth of the country. Our citizens are the wealth of the country. We will redistribute the opportunities, and we will ensure everybody has equal
status. So will you redistribute opportunities or will you redistribute wealth?
What do you mean by wealth? I defined what is wealth. I defined what is wealth. Nobody is going to take away, say, my bookshelf and give it to you. That's not what redistribution of wealth means. Redistribution of wealth is about the opportunities, the education, the land reforms, the policies that we do for the protection of Adivasi populations. This is what is redistribution of wealth.
Okay, so why not just call it creation of wealth rather than redistribution of wealth?
You cannot distribute without creation, right? For creation of wealth, we need to bank on our biggest wealth, that is our people. Our people need to be educated, and the opportunities in education should be properly given to the people. Then our people will create wealth.
Okay, all right. But this is now seeming to be very different from what Rahul Gandhi had said 10 days ago.
No,
and it seems that the Congress is watering down on what it had said, because Rahul Gandhi very clearly said it's important for us to know how much money does an Adani have, how much money does do Ambanis have. I mean, if you're talking about creating wealth for people, giving opportunities, and at the same time, your leader of the party is saying that we should know how much money do the rich actually have in the country. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I'm going to bring in Mukesh Tyagi as well.
Why not? Without knowing your stuff, you can't do in the air, just like Mr. Modi does his lockdown, does his notebandi. We are not like that.
Okay, all right. I'm going to bring in Mukesh Tyagi as well. Mukesh Tyagi, the accusation of the Congress is that the BJP, including the Prime Minister himself, is now misrepresenting facts, and that the Congress party does not plan on taking away gold of people and distributing it to others, does not plan on taking away properties of others and distributing to certain communities.
No, I think Mr. Rahul Gandhi is known for making a very preposterous statement, very provocative statement. And his caste census focus has to be seen in the context of what Prime Minister Manmohan Singh said in 2006 in the National Development Council meeting. I mean, that speech has been running in all the television channels, which is so conspicuously evident that the intention of Congress has been right from the beginning to create a very sense of appeasement, because that has been their stronghold of voters. They have been thriving. No wonder Rahul Gandhi has shifted from Amethi to Wayanad. So they need to appease. Secondly, left front government has a huge influence on the Congress right now. I think Rahul Gandhi is shifting not ideologically, but under political pressure to more to the left leanings. And he is trying to, I think, maybe reading Karl Marx in a very immature fashion and talking about the redistribution of wealth. I think he has recently read a Communist Manifesto while traveling in India and did not even understand the nuances of Communist Manifesto. Number one, communism is coming to extinction all over the world, except China, which is again a blend of capitalism and communism. But Mr. Rahul Gandhi does not have any robust economic plan for development of the wealth, as you rightly mentioned, Devika. He needs to focus on creation of the wealth. Now he wants to bring about the entire Nehruvian style of, it's a mixed economy in our country, which was a Nehruvian concept that we will have a public sector and private sector both standing together. That was the foundation of economics in India. Even Adam Smith will be crying today. Looking at what Mr. Gandhi is saying, actually, it has to be seen in totality. Manmohan Singh's statement, Rahul Gandhi's speeches in different parts of the country on the census, economic census, redistribution of wealth. It is very clear. If you run his speeches, you will get to know what he wants to do. So if Mr. Modi is basically amplifying what he's saying in all his speeches, that look at this gentleman, first of all, he doesn't understand E of economics. Now he's talking about economic distribution of wealth. You think it's that simple? You will have to change entire constitution. You will have to change entire ideological foundation of the country, that how economy is managed. So I think spokesman of Congress needs to do his homework properly before jumping onto conclusions, which is totally inconsistent with what Rahul Gandhi is saying.
Okay, right. Piyush Pant, let me bring you to the conversation. Piyush Pant, is the Congress now seeming like it's watering down on what initially Rahul Gandhi had said? Because the manifesto, of course, does not mention most of these points. But Mr. Rahul Gandhi had very categorically said that there has to be a caste census followed by a financial census. And we must know how much money the rich of this country have.
What is wrong in?
Well, I think Rahul Gandhi went little bit overboard. He could not explain it properly. But what Congress manifesto says that equal distribution of wealth, in the sense that richer should not become richer and poor should not become poorer. And this is what is happening in the last 10 years. All the data is evident of that. So what he meant like that, he cannot snatch the wealth of somebody's, but giving the opportunities, proper opportunities, land redistribution. You know, land reform bills, which were highly loaded in favor of corporates, was brought under UPA government also, but there was great resistance, and then they had to backtrack. It was again when Pradhan Mantri Modi came to power in 2014, he also tried to bring back the land reform bill, which is heavily loaded in favor of corporates as far as, the forest land is concerned. So there was great resistance to that also. But this government didn't listen to that. So what he meant was that people will be given, the weaker section of the society, the tribals, the backwards, the economically weaker, they will be given the opportunity to economic instruments of the state, those financial instruments of the state, where they can get financially empowered and can lead a good life, not like few corporates, like he also mentioned about the few corporates, taking all the resources of the country, all the big projects of the country is being given to 2 or 3 corporates.
Okay,
this is unequal.
Mr. Pant, when we talk then, if the Congress is now saying that they didn't mean wealth redistribution quite literally, they meant wealth creation, and that equal opportunities have to be given, do we then want to be in an India where the Congress party is suggesting that they want to remove the cap, the 50% cap on quotas, increase the number of quotas, or are we today living in an India where the people are saying that, okay, the BJP is giving out loans to different sections of society to have their own businesses?
Of course, I think raising the cap will not serve the purpose, because you will go to what degree or to what extent. You cannot have it 100%, isn't it? And 50% is okay. The main question, that's why that the parties should understand, that they should effectively give access to these people. Those people who have been given the reservation, even they are not getting the proper employment, against those reservations. Even the government jobs are not being created. The already existing jobs are being denied to the persons who enjoy the reservation. So how will you make them economically empowered? I think that is more sensible. And because just talking about that we will remove the cap on the reservation, I think that is also not a very practical thing, because otherwise the people in the upper caste, they will feel it bad, and they will also start claiming for it. So where it will lead to? The main crisis is, I think the main point is the economic upliftment, providing more opportunities to the people, and
Exactly.
giving justice to them. Not denying them the job which
Exactly.
they deserve.
Okay. Mr. Meka wants to respond, and then I want to bring in Joyita as well.
Yeah, very quickly, Devika. The reservation is not just one solution for all the problems, right? Or it's the simple thing is we need to know what is the caste census of the country. We need to do a socio-economic survey. Then we will target our programs and policies for the people of this country. It's not just for any one section. It's as simple as that. So why are we
But the
trying to make
BJP is
it
also doing that. The BJP has separate schemes for
correct.
farmers. The
BJP
BJP has separate schemes for
correct.
women. The BJP
Correct.
will have separate
BJP 's
schemes
the
for
fundamental-
street vendors.
That's okay. You can list them out. Fine. Let BJP spokesperson do it. The fundamental difference between BJP's approach and our approach is BJP does it in some sort of a
No,
dole out.
but do you want the basis of that to be cast?
Wait.
My simple question is, do you want the basis of allocations and policies to then be cast?
We want rights-based governance. We want rights of the citizens. Citizens need to have rights than dole outs. Now, since you asked about basis of a caste, tell me honestly, in this country, social status, economic opportunities, are they not ridden with caste? Which world are you living in? Do you think caste is some sort of a thing from the hoary past? It's a reality in this country.
But Mr.
Understand
Meka,
that.
is that something that's happened now? Is the
So
caste
that means-
issue new to India? Or have we been trying to deal with the caste issue with
We
the
have-
same recipe and the same ingredients over and over again, government after government?
We have been dealing with the caste issues.
The
So
same
many social
exact
reformers
way.
tried that. The Republic
Especially
of India
since the
and the Constitution
1990s.
of India. Wait a minute. And the Constitution of India is dealing with it. Now, what Mr. Rahul Gandhi is asking is, let's change the recipe. Let's do a more fundamental correction to our system.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying. Then the Congress party is not being able to explain what is the fundamental correction that you will bring beyond removing the 50% cap on quotas. But I want to bring in Joyita Basu into the conversation as well. Joyita, is the Congress party really being able to explain what it wants to do?
Devika, to me, it seems like the Congress is trying to reinvent the wheel. Because you see, when you look at all the institutions that are there, poverty, socio-economic conditions, these are already being, constantly monitored, constantly calculated. They have got district-wise breakup of, what is happening where. I mean, if you go through the government data and all, and it is not just BJP that has been doing. Okay, it has been done by successive governments, whether they succeeded in implementing, or correcting certain lacunae in the system, that's a different issue. Who has been better at doing it and who has not been better at doing it, that's a different issue. That's a political issue also to an extent. But the fact of the matter is that all these things are already there in place. But you see what the problem that Mr. Rahul Gandhi, with Mr. Rahul Gandhi's rhetoric is that, and you see this has been going on over and over again. He has been talking about we are going to this caste census. Why it is about caste census, we all know that. Because I think until and unless the populace is divided according to caste, you know, I mean, for example, someone was telling me suddenly one of these days, chal gaya, caste ka issue chal gaya Rajasthan mein. So maybe the Congress will gain some seats over there. So that basically, ultimately, the whole thing is political. Let's not make, I mean, all this talk about, you know, justice, this and that, it is all talk and nothing more than that. It's a completely political issue to win votes and nothing more than that. Number one. Number two is that this whole talk about, say, for example, what Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been talking about throughout, OBCs are not being given there. We all know, remember what happened with that particular reporter from, I think, NewsX India News reporter, if you remember.
Yes.
Jaat kya hai uska? Tumhara jaat kya hai? I mean, so basically, and what is your thing? So basically, he's trying to bring into the whole, you know, narrative, this thing about these caste people are being deprived, and a result of which we have to have a caste census because of that. And also equally troublingly, he has been talking about, you know, wealth redistribution. I mean, in meeting after meeting, even when releasing the manifesto, he has talked about wealth redistribution. He has just recently talked about people, the young youth who are doing Facebook and Instagram. I will be giving them 1 lakh rupees a year, taka-tak, exact expression he has used. Okay, if you go to that video, you will see taka-tak. The money will be coming into the bank accounts of the youth. So the whole thing is that it's all about redistribution without generating any wealth. You know, wealth redistribution, but there is no scheme whatsoever, no plan whatsoever about how you are going to regenerate wealth. And that is a very dangerous, I would say, Marxist thought process, very strongly left-wing, which has failed all over the world. So if you ask me, you see, and this is one thing that Congress needs to realize, nobody was really paying much interest to what Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been saying. But after Mr. Modi's speech yesterday, suddenly this issue has started buzzing. Okay, so this Congress, I am sorry to say, but this is going to, I mean, the Congress may have to pay a price for this.
Okay, all right. Mr. Pant, I want to understand, you know, your perspective on the same as well. That somewhere, do you feel that the Congress party has not been able to explain what it truly means? Because every 5 days, the definition of wealth redistribution changes.
No, of course, they are repeating the same thing. They are very much convinced. And I think if you want to understand it, you will have to go back a little bit.
But Mr. Pant, genuinely, they're not repeating the same thing. I wish the Congress party had
We are repeating the
They
same.
are repeating Rahul Gandhi. If you listen to Rahul Gandhi's speech, everywhere he's repeating the same thing, like caste census. That is very, very much important, you know, because even now, as I said earlier, those who are beneficiaries of reservation are not really being given those posts, those services which can empower them. This has been happening very much in Delhi, in Delhi University, in JNU, many days, because, you know, the people that this caste, it is bitter reality is that still the upper caste are having full sway over all the institutions of this country.
Right.
This is what Rahul Gandhi meant, and he wanted to change this because those who have more numbers, they must be having more participation, they must be having more power, and that is and
Mr. Pant,
they must have at the same time.
Mr. Pant, to be very fair, yes, of course, caste is an issue, but then why does Rahul Gandhi feel the need to wear his Janeyu before the other elections?
No, what is your problem now? Now you went to personal on Rahul Gandhi.
You know, it's just such
What is your problem?
It's such a confusing, just
What
a
is
very
confusing?
narrative.
So
And like
are
I
you-
said, you are just confusing the people. There is no clear understanding. Last week, the Congress was saying that we want to change the tax system. Now you're saying, no, we want to actually give economic opportunity and we want to give better educational opportunities.
What is Rahul Gandhi?
No, I don't have a problem. I'm saying that if he's so worried about the situation of caste in this country.
Stop this narrative of dividing people.
Can I make a quick point?
I'm not dividing people, sir. How am I dividing people?
You are bringing Rahul Gandhi's Janyayu into it.
Because
How is it
that
related?
happened before elections.
Okay.
So why
I have
wear
a
it
problem
before
with this
elections?
Janyayu.
Why do
So
it
what?
before elections?
It is his choice.
If you really want to battle the caste system, why don't you
Yes.
why not remove your surnames altogether then?
Correct. Next time when I meet Rahul Gandhi, I'll ask him to take off his Janyayu. It is his
I'm not
personal
asking him to
choice.
take
Can I
off
make
his
a
Janyayu.
question?
I'm
Can I
saying
make
don't
an
create
intervention?
a photo
problem?
opportunity out of it, no?
What is your problem with that? That's his personal choice.
Oh, God.
We're talking about social
Can I
issues.
make a
Meka,
point?
please don't even try to paint whatever narrative you're trying to paint against me now. Let's not get into that. I think people,
You might have
people who
seen
are
different
listening have
Congress
understood
people.
the point I was trying to
You
make.
might not have encountered
The
Rahul
simple
Gandhi's
point
Congress
was
people
that
like me.
every time before elections,
try that.
some aspect of caste comes up. If any of you are serious about it, why don't you work when you're
That's
actually
what
brought
we
to
are
power?
doing. That's what we are doing.
Can I make a point here?
Okay, Joyita, quickly, then I want to bring in
Yeah,
Mukesh Tyagi as well.
I would like to know from Mr. Meka what Rahul Gandhi means when he says jitni abadi utni haq. So are you trying to say because the Muslims are only 14% or whatever, 16, 17, 18%, they do not have any haq now? Is that what you are trying to say? That you know that jitni abadi utni haq, the minute you start implementing and the minute it gets turned into, you are being anti-minority. Are you trying to say we will not give any resources to the Jains, to the Christians, to the Muslims because it's all about abadi and haq? Think of the kind of,
I got your
think
question.
of the kind of
Okay.
messages you
your
are
question.
sending out.
Okay.
Divisive messages.
Okay, Mr. Meka,
Wait,
respond to
wait.
that.
First of all, jitni abadi utni bhagidari is what Rahul Gandhi
Haq.
said.
He has talked about haq.
Wait.
He has talked about jitni abadi
heard-
utni haq. We follow news.
I heard your monologue. Wait, listen to me. There is something called democratization of public spaces. The public spaces need to have proper representation of the people of this country. That's what Rahul Gandhi is asking about. You go to a university senate room, you go to any, say, market committee, or you go to any of the public spaces, the people of the country are not represented. That is the issue we are trying to solve. Instead, you try to come and make it a divisive agenda
The
and
people
try
of
to
the country
try
are
to
not
continue with.
represented. I mean,
People are not
the rest of us
represented.
are not the people of this country.
Where are the women? Where are the tribals? Where are the
I
Adivasis?
mean, I'm a woman.
Where are the Dalits?
Both
Rahul
women,
Gandhi gave
both are women
examples
sitting in the
also.
studio, by the way.
You know,
No, of
really,
course,
I mean, the
yeah.
Congress party
Rahul Gandhi
really
gave you
needs to
enough
have a little bit more
examples
clarity.
also.
Like I said,
If
it
you
would be
want
much
to
better if the Congress party
understand,
just came
you will
with
understand.
with
Look at
clarity.
your newsroom. See the social composition of your newsroom. See the social composition of
Sir,
any
the
of the.
I don't think the Congress party would want to look at the social composition of NewsX. You will become a laughing stock. We're majority women here.
No, but that
we're
is what
majority
exactly
women.
they are talking
We're
about. You know,
majority
that is
women,
my worry.
Mr. Meka. So don't even get into that. You really
We
this
will
will be
get
a
into
losing
it.
battle for you. Coming into the
That's fine.
NewsX
That's fine.
studio.
Congress will fight for what is right, and we are ready to pay any political price. But for a
Okay,
change,
Mukesh
this time
Tyagi.
Congress is fighting, standing up for what is
Mukesh
right.
Tyagi, the
And we
allegation
are
then,
not
Mukesh
apologetic
Tyagi, the
about it.
allegation then against your government is that under your rule, people belonging to different castes have really suffered. How does the BJP respond to that?
I think he's making very, very confused statement. Rahul Gandhi, to understand and decipher what Rahul Gandhi wants to say, even I think God will find difficult to understand what exactly he wants to say. The point is, Rahul Gandhi is talking about this caste census. What has he done in his state ruled? In Rajasthan, he was ruling. In Himachal Pradesh, he is ruling. What happened in Karnataka? I mean, they themselves wrote that don't do the caste census in Karnataka. It was D.K. Shivkumar who said that. What happened to Sitaram Kesi? How he was humiliated in Congress party? He was literally thrown out of Congress party. He was humiliated. This is the respect and regard they have for backward community. What happened when Mandal Commission came? When VP Singh started using about the caste census, then what happened? Manmohan Singh, 5,000 crore Devika was spent on the caste census that time. And did Manmohan Singh disclose, bring it to the public domain? Today, Rahul Gandhi is talking about caste census and the redistribution of wealth. What have they done till now? They have done nothing. On the contrary, they have played the caste politics. just to their advantage. They have no sympathy for caste. They don't have any sympathy for backward. You can see the record, how many backwards and scheduled caste, scheduled tribes they promoted. No, let me speak. You have been speaking for a long time. No. Just keep quiet.
There are no backwards in this country.
Keep
There are
quiet.
only oppressed.
Oppressed. What are you talking about oppression? I mean,
use the word oppressed communities, not backward. Nobody is backward.
Who is oppressed in this country? Tell me, who is oppressed? Are you oppressed? Are you living in oppressed condition? You are getting a full democratic opportunity to speak on television. What are you talking here? You don't have any data, and you are just talking in the thin air.
You have data without the
I have data because
right,
you guys have muzzled the data. Why didn't you publish it in 2011 the caste census? Why didn't you do that? Give me the answer. What have you done?
Don't shout.
What have you done in? Listen to me. What have you done in Karnataka? Did you disclose
Why
it?
was the
What have you
2011
done in
caste census not
Rajasthan?
published?
Did you disclose it?
The BJP says the details were not disclosed under the Congress. Why?
Why? Tell me the answer. He has no answer. Let me tell you. Bringing into I mean, you have to have a.
You are in government for 10 years. Why didn't you bring out?
Don't have to outshout me because you have a hollow claim. You guys make hollow claim because you've lost the ground. You have lost your. Let me tell you, Congress has lost its center of gravity because they are trying to placate all the members of India Gathbandhan. They want to. Acha, you want this? Okay, I'll say that. Are you trying to say instead of make a pragmatic statement, being a serious guy? Rahul Gandhi should make a pragmatic statement. We will empower the people who are oppressed and backward to reach to the level of competition. Tomorrow you will say, let cricket and other sports teams have the...
thinking.
This
Manuwadi thinking is what we are fighting.
You have to create the ecosystem so that the competence is developed. Talk in a proper sense. Don't talk in a narrow sense.
And this is also become, this has just become now a fighting match. I thank all of our panelists for joining us. I've completely run out of time.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.